Welcome to the Compressor Guru. In today's episode, the Guru shows the proper installation of rings and cylinders on the Ingersoll Rand 242 rebuild he has been working on. After this episode, I don't think he will ever try to do the rings on a bench again. It will be back to the vise. And now, here is the Compressor Guru.
Welcome back to the Compressor Guru. We're still working on our 242 Ingersoll Rand, and we are now up to putting new rods and rings onto the pistons, and we will load the pistons and put the pistons in. We'll load the pistons in the cylinders, and we will put the pistons and cylinders onto the power frame in this episode. So keep watching, and we will walk you through this step by step. First thing I want to mention is we have new rods. Arthritis stinks. We have new rods. Oh, the other end opens.
Sorry, the camera wife was shaking the camera as she was chuckling.
And we have one of those, as the British say, aluminium rods. This is, I'm guessing, original to the 1958 vintage of this 242, and it's a brass rod. And and that rod's bent. Look, can you see the bend in that rod? I don't know if it's manufactured like that. Well, look at the other one. No, that second rod's straight. This rod has been bent. This machine had a lot of issues. So we're going to take apart our, let's pour our piston rings off.
So what would have caused that one to bend?
I'm guessing the bearings being out of it so bad, because the high pressure side's closest to where that bad bearing was.
Interesting.
Got a little snap ring there. Look at the dirt. We're going to have a little more cleanup time off camera. And that's in there pretty good. I'll just take and tap that out. I would have caught it.
Nice catch.
Okay, so I'm going back to the parts washer with this one, and we're going to take and wipe this off and check it for the fit into the new rod. Oh, by the way, the camera wife was concerned that these weren't the same size. These are the same size on the connecting rod end as well, and they are the same length. This one's a little off because of that bend.
So they're bigger around the outside of that big circle.
Yeah, it's a lighter material, and it's not as strong as this. This is a brass rod. This is lighter, but they added a little bit of mass to it to make sure it is strong enough. They don't make things like they did in 1958.
And sometimes that's good. Nice bend.
Taking this one apart. And let me take these rings off real quick. This is the last time we do this at the table. We will be back at the vise. I tell you, these are both tight. We haven't shown a Quincy being rebuilt on this channel yet, but with your older Quincy 350s, a lot of times the connecting, the wrist pin, they're this tight in the pistons on the 350 Quincy's. And I don't know why the nature of that is, but that's something I found. I cleaned up our parts. The grooves are nice and clean, and I put some oil in the connecting rods on the wrist pin end. Yes, they're a lot easier to roll around with the oil in them. It's obvious everything's new. The oil we use on almost everything is our AMSOIL compressor oil. The 20 weight matches the T30 Select that Ingersoll sells, and they won't tell you what weight it is. So we're putting this back together with AMSOIL 20 weight. We're going to push these couple rods. We're going to reassemble. We're going to put the rod assembly back into the piston.
How do you know you have the top of that pointed the right way?
That comes later.
Oh. So turn that around so I can see in that hole now. Oh, so you're just sticking it in there, and then when you pound, that'll stop it.
Yep.
Okay.
Cleanliness is next to godliness. Put our other snap ring back in so I don't forget. If you don't put the snap ring in, as this machine runs, there's a chance the wrist pin can work out and start touching the cylinder wall and do damage to the cylinder wall. So these snap rings are very important to make sure you put back in. And we get a close-up of this one going in.
Oh, I can see what you're doing.
You don't want to shoot down on it?
No.
Okay.
They're smart people. They know what we're doing.
No.
Aha, see? Goes right in there.
just like
And
that.
turn it toward, well, wait till I back up again. Oh, yep, there it is. Hold, let me see the other side. Ah, so we didn't throw that one out either.
Oh no,
Nice.
why would I do that? There we go, just like that. Before I put the rings on these, which we're going to the vise to do the rings, because
Really?
I don't want to bust a new ring. Before we put the rings on these, I do want to test these pistons in the cylinders to see if we have any excessive slap, because there is some considerable wear on these pistons. And this one's stained. I did clean this piston with a wire brush, and it's obvious that this has been under a great amount of distress over the years, because you know what that is? That's black from, that's a rust stain. This didn't clean up because that's a rust stain. In any event, we're going to run it down the cylinder and make sure it doesn't flop all over the place. Oh no, that's nice. That'll do just fine. Okay, so we're going to the
You gonna
vise.
try the other one and the other one?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that was nice. Oops. Since we're only going to do these one at a time, we're going to do the high pressure side first.
Bring your camera, come on.
Now, folks, we're using the rag on here because we don't want to do any damage to this new connecting rod. That's what it is. It's a connecting rod, and that's how we're holding it in the vise while we put the new rings on the cylinder. Was that right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Actually, I'm leaving that in. And how tight am I making this?
Just tight enough to hold it, not very tight.
We have our high pressure piston in the vise, and we took off a cast iron oil control ring, and what we have here is a 3-piece oil control ring, and we'll put that on first, and then we'll put the other rings on. You need to keep track of where the gap is on the expander. This is the expander. Make sure these aren't dished, they're flat. So I got the expander over the pin boss. I'm going to take and put this one on. If I'm looking down at it at about 9 o'clock, and when I do that, I make sure the 2 points where the expander comes together stay there and don't end up overlapped. I'll take the other one and put it on about 3:15. Not 3 o'clock, 3:15. There we go. Just nice and free in the groove, and that'll work fine.
That was pretty easy to put on when this was in the vise. I don't know why you didn't do this before.
Oh, babe.
And all 3 of these are the same.
No, they aren't. These top 2 are compression rings.
How can you tell?
I just know.
Okay.
There's a pip on them. That's the top side. That goes up.
Pip goes up.
This is our 3rd ring, and this is actually a scraper, a wiper ring. This works in conjunction with the oil ring, and there's a bevel to this, and this, when that compressor goes down, when this piston goes down, this will help keep the oil from going past the 3rd ring, the way that's designed. There we go, nice and free in the groove. By the way, if you're doing this, that scraper needs to go so that it will wipe the cylinder as it goes in this direction.
Which direction?
Down.
Okay, because I didn't have your hand in there.
This is a compression ring.
Pip up.
Pip up. You're about to the point where you're going to be able to do these on your own. You've been filming long enough.
Oh, yeah. And we want to make it so that doesn't line up with where the other one was.
Correct. So we'll put that one, we'll put that at 3, we'll put this at 7, we'll put the other one at 11. Pip up. They're scattered 3 different places. Now,
good job.
Before I take that out, let's go flip the high pressure cylinder over, and we'll just load this while we're at it.
All right.
Okay. My machine shop was closed on Christmas Eve, imagine that. So I had to dig my own hones out and hone this cylinder.
We don't have any gasket to put on?
Gasket goes on later.
Okay.
But thank you for your concern. On compressors, you rarely use a ring compressor. Most of the Ingersolls, most brands in the smaller machines load through the bottom, and this is beveled. And we're just going to oil up our rings, and we're going to work it right down that bevel and into the cylinder. And this is where we do have to decide which direction this goes. So, let's just get it correct. There's the power frame. And it will go onto that power frame like that. And it'll be setting into the machine like this, so this goes down. So that being loaded into there will go down. This is in the correct thing. All it has to do is go over.
Show us that one more time.
Okay. So when this goes in here, and we have the bearing in it, that goes like that.
Goes like Yeah, you
with
turned
that,
everything
with
down.
that dipper down.
Okay.
Now, if you put it in upside down, it's going to make one rotation. It's going to hit the crankcase
And break.
and knock that off. And it's no longer a splash lube machine. It's just a machine waiting to die. So, I called indexing. We know that this goes on over top of here. So this cylinder will literally fold right up to there. So if we take, it goes like that, and we go like that, and load, it'll be in the proper place, and our rings are already scattered. And you got to make sure the rings are in far enough to get them down past the bevel.
Extra oil.
That's ready to go.
Cool. Okay.
Hi, we're back with our low pressure piston. Hello, low pressure piston. Yeah, I'm getting a little goofy. We're tired. Okay, put the expander ring on. This is just the same as the high pressure piston. And we're going to put that about 9:17. 9 o'clock's close enough. And that's there. And we need to check and look at our expander. Can you see the two little tips where they go in there?
Mm-hmm.
They're not overlapped. So we'll put this one on at 3:17, so it's exactly 180 degrees off. Nice and free in the groove. We're flying, baby.
Hey, I bet these three are not exactly the same. I bet there's one that's different.
Which one's different?
The one without pips.
Can you see the difference?
Not the way you're holding them, no. I don't see them.
This one has the wiper ring. And
Oh.
which way does the wiper go?
Oh, I thought that was just a reflection.
No.
The wiper ring needs to wipe going down.
Correct. So, I'll wipe those off. They got a little dirty. Okay. There we go. We'll put that one at 2 o'clock. Which way does this one go?
Pip up.
Okay.
What's a pip?
See that little tiny mark?
Yeah, I knew what a pip was. I was just trying to show them.
Different brands' rings will have different indicators. The rings that we took off actually said top. Some rings will have a little asterisk. These ones just have a pip. Some brands, Quincy for example, has, okay, we're going to put this one at 6. We got one at 2, one at 6. Quincy, for example, on their top ring will have 1 pip, on their second ring will have 2 pips, and it tells you that in the instructions.
Wow, a man who reads instructions.
With rings, you read instructions. You can make all the fun out of me you want.
What's the instructions with an engagement ring? Run, baby, run.
Basically, yes, dear. Okay, they're all free, working nicely. Let's take this out. I'll let you get over to the cylinder. So we are doing the same thing with this cylinder. This cylinder here will go on this part right here, just like that. So, nothing like making a mess. This will go down. So we will just take, it goes just like that. We roll it right there, and we load it down into the bevel, and we work it down. Squeezing our rings in as we go. Oh, that's a no-no. And we'll try it all again. Let's make sure we're, yep, 1/3 apart each. I don't like to bump these in with a hammer, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So, that's all it took. It's just more than my little hand can do. Bingo. Folks, you won't know it, but I'm going to take a break, and we're going to call it a night. We'll finish this assembly tomorrow.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Compressor Guru. Please hit like and subscribe and use the notify bell so you will know when the next new episode is released from The Compressor Guru. God bless you and have a great day.